Welcome guys, welcome to Appium, a mobile automation testing from scratch. This is your instructor Rahul Shetty. So before we get started with this complete tutorial, first of all let's try to understand what we are going to learn and what we can take the skills from this particular comprehensive course. Okay, first, what is Appium? It is an open source mobile automation tool for testing native apps like Android, iOS and your mobile browsers. So when I say open source, you can download it for free and you can start testing your mobiles. Okay, so this particular tool helps us to write automation test cases for our apps. You know that how important to learn mobile automation testing, because if you want to browse Facebook, will you open facebook.com on web? We all just use our apps and then browse there. So day by day the increase in apps are drastically in demand compared to using the same apps on the web. So that's the reason there is necessity of testing. Everyone can do manual testing, but at the same time latest changes are going very frequently on these apps and the need of automation tool tremendously increasing. And when there is an increase in demand for automation, and there is a tool called Appium, which is an open source which you can download for free and start testing your apps. So the good news here is it internally uses WebDriver JSON wire protocol, which Selenium also does to test. Okay, so Selenium in the background uses this protocol to interact with browsers. Appium also does in the similar way. So that's the reason most of the methods whatever you have used in Selenium will be same for Appium as well. So 70% of Selenium methods we will inherit in this Appium tool. So if you have already knowledge on Selenium, then learning Appium is cakewalk for you. But this course do not assume any prerequisites. Okay, even if you are not aware of Selenium, that's fine, but just letting you know that if you have basics, then it's just a quick thing to learn this mobile automation tool. It is just like Selenium but for mobile. Okay, how the Selenium does for web, we do it for mobile, as we will use same Java language to automate our apps. So why this Appium course is special? Because I have carefully designed so that anyone can learn this tool without having prior experience on either automation testing or Java. If you are just a manual tester and if you know how to use smartphones, that's enough. I can take care of how to feed this mobile automation knowledge to you. Okay, so that's the reason I specifically put from scratch in my course title, saying that you can learn this whole testing automation from scratch. So if you are a beginner, and this is the right course for you to get started. Okay, and what skills and ability you can take from this course on successful completion? I'll put it very straight. You will learn on how to automate Android apps, iOS apps using Appium tool. That's it. Within one single line, I will make it very clear that once after completion, take any app. If any app is given to you and if there are test cases for that app to test, you can build automation test cases and automate all those for that particular app. It could be Android or iOS, doesn't matter. And you can also automate mobile browsers. You know how to access Facebook through web with Selenium, but similarly how to test if that facebook.com is working on mobile Chrome browser. We also use Facebook in our mobile Chrome or Safari, right? So how do you test on the mobile view? That also you will be know by end of this course, right? So will this course cover real-time app examples? Yes. For Selenium, you can just take any website on the internet and you can start automating. But whereas for Appium, you need to have APK file to test that specific app, and you should also know some details about the app before you start testing that. It's not just pretty straightforward that you can go and touch any app out there. So for demonstrating the topics, the apps whatever I show, that you can also get download into your machine and you can start working on it. And also to get a real-time feel, I have separately designed one e-commerce app with complicated scenarios, and then we will use that app after you learn Appium basics. I will use that app and we will try to automate n number of scenarios on that particular app, where you can also download that, because that is exclusively prepared for this course only, and every student will have access to that. So in this way you can do extensive automation practice with the apps given in the course. Alright, and mobile testing framework. Wherever you go, whatever testing tool you learn, at the end you should come to this topic of learning framework. So this particular testing framework, whatever I have given in the course, takes this course to the next level. Okay, so at least I have handled more than 13 or 15 projects, I guess, from last 5 years on this Appium, and I have seen many pain points in automating apps with this tool, and with all my experience I have created one framework in this course which addresses all that pain points and how to utilize and build the Appium utilities. All those are deeply discussed, and we will build one end-to-end mobile test framework from the scratch. Okay, and I think I have taken at least 6 to 7 hours to build the whole testing framework, so that after completion of those sections you will be able to build your own framework, and that will really help you at your workplace. So let's have a walkthrough to the course content and see how depth we have discussed all the topics in this course. Okay, yeah, we will start with Appium introduction. From the next lecture you will see what are the Appium features and how internal architecture of Appium works, and thereafter we will start with Appium installation on Windows for Android. So installation itself is little tricky, so I have taken sweet time to explain every part of installation and how to get that in your system. So once you are done with that, I will just brush up few basic Java concepts before we get into the topic. And no matter, even if you are not Java experienced, this course will take care. Okay, don't worry about any prerequisite knowledge. And thereafter, for the people who are Mac oriented and looking for iOS automation, and there are some instructions for them as well. So then we will jump into the Appium first program and try to understand and build all the dots to run our first automation test on the Android app using Appium. And thereafter we will deep dive into advanced gestures like how to swipe through your automated code, or how to drag and drop, okay, long press, scroll. There are so many things we can do with mobile, right? All those gestures can be automated with Appium, and this section is really key thing. And thereafter we will see how to automate web apps, like automating your mobile browsers. And once we discuss on that, and with this we will complete all the basics of Appium learning. And thereafter I will pick one real-time e-commerce app, and we will do lots of practice exercises with the knowledge what we gain till this section,